Question number 19. First part, we can see limit x tends to pi. Limit x tends to pi. Sin x upon x minus pi. X minus pi. So directly I can substitute here. You can take let x is equal to pi plus h. So when x tends to pi, h tends to 0. So I can write limit h tends to 0. At the place of x I am writing pi plus h upon x minus pi. X is equal to pi plus h, so x minus pi is equal to h. Sin a plus b. What is the formula? Sin, here to directly you can write because you know sin of 180 plus theta is what? Minus sin theta. So limit h tends to 0 minus sin h upon h. Minus is from outside, limit h tends to 0. Sin h by h. You know limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is equal to 1. So answer is minus 1. Answer is minus 1. Now second part. Question number 19 only. Second part you can see. Second part is limit x tends to pi by 2. Limit x tends to pi by 2. Pi by 2 minus x. Pi by 2 minus x 10x. So in these type of questions you have to like x, put x is equal to pi by 2 plus h. When x tends to pi by 2, x tends to pi by 2, h tends to 0. So you can write here limit h tends to 0. Pi by 2 minus x. It will be what? Minus h. Is it clear? It will be what? Minus h. Because here x is equal to pi by 2 plus x. So they are asking x minus pi by 2 is equal to what? H. Here it is pi by 2 minus x. So minus pi by 2 minus x is equal to h, or pi by 2 minus x is equal to minus h into 10x. So 10 pi by 2 plus h. H tends to 0 minus h. So I can write what? Limit h tends to 0 minus h. Limit h tends to 0 minus h. 10 190 plus theta, that is what? 10 90 plus theta is minus cot theta, so minus cot h. Minus h cot h. Is it clear? Minus h cot h. So minus minus, that is what? Plus. So limit h tends to 0. H cot h. So I am writing h upon 10 h. And one more thing I know. One, limit h tends to 0, h upon 10 h. I can write limit h tends to 0. 1 upon this h, I can write 10h upon h. 10h upon h. Now I know limit x tends to 0, 10x by x is equal to 1. And limit x tends to 0, 1 upon function x. I can write 1 upon limit h tends to 0, 10h by h. That is what? 1 by 1. Answer is 1. Now question number 20. Question number 20 you can see. First part, limit x tends to pi by 2, cot of x upon pi by 2 minus x. Let put x is equal to pi by 2 plus h. When x tends to pi by 2, h tends to 0. So limit h tends to 0. Cot pi by 2 plus h upon pi by 2 minus x will be what? Minus h. Is it clear? So limit h tends to 0. Cot 90 plus theta. Cot 90 plus theta will be what? Minus 10 theta. So minus 10h upon minus h. Minus minus cancel. And I know limit h tends to 0. 10h by h is what? 1. So answer is 1. Now question number 20 only. Second part you can see. These are very important questions. Second part you can see. Limit x tends to pi. limit x tends to pi, sin 3x upon sin x, sin 3x upon sin x. Put x is equal to pi plus h. When x tends to pi, h tends to 0. So limit x tends to h tends to 0. Limit h tends to 0. Sin 3 pi plus h upon sin pi plus h. This I can write what? Sin 3 pi plus sin 3 pi plus 3h upon sin pi plus h. And you know one thing, here it is limit h tends to 0. This sin 3 pi plus 3h, I can write what? Sin pi plus 3h. Why? Because 3 pi can be written as pi because angle between 0 to 2 pi. We want angle between 0 to 2 pi, means 0 to 360, between 0 to 360. So removing 2 pi, so make one full rotation, that is 2 pi. How much is remaining after 2 pi? That is 3 pi, so 1 pi is remaining, so pi. So 3 pi can be written as pi because we want angles between 0 to 2 pi. So remove full rotation of 2 pi until the angle is between 0 to 2 pi. 0 and 2 pi. So sin pi plus 3h upon sin, here it is limit h tends to 0, sin pi plus h. So you know sin pi plus 3h is equal to what? Sin limit h tends to 0, sin 180 plus theta minus sin theta, so minus sin 3h upon sin 180 plus theta minus sin theta, so minus sin h. Is it clear? It is like all positive, sin positive, tan positive, cos positive. All positive. Here sin and cosec positive, tan and cot positive. Here cos and sec positive. Sin 180 plus theta means in third quadrant, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Third quadrant, tan is positive, otherwise everything is negative. So sin 180 plus theta is minus sin theta. Only tan and cot is positive. Minus minus cancel. Limit h tends to 0. Sin 3h upon sin h. So limit h tends to 0. I can write sin 3h upon limit h tends to 0. Sin h. Directly I can't put. I am writing limit h tends to 0 fx upon limit h tends to 0 zx. But I am not solving this. Directly if I solve it will be what? 0. I can't write this. So I have to make one formula. Limit h tends to 0. This I can write sin 3h upon 3h. Dividing, so multiply with 3h upon limit h tends to 0, sin h upon h into. Is it clear? This h cancel. This 3 will come out. Limit h tends to 0, sin 3h by 3h. Sin 3h by 3h upon limit h tends to 0, sin h by h. So here it will be 3 into limit h tends to 0, sin 3h by 3h. So if h tends to 0, so I can say 3h also tends to 0. So sin 3h by 3h will be what? 1 upon it. Here it is 1. So answer is what? 3. 3 is the answer. Now question number 21st. Question number 21st. Question number 21st. First part. Limit x tends to 0, x cos 1 by x. Evaluate the following limits. Limit x tends to 0, x cos 1 by x. So here fx is, let fx is equal to what? This x, and gx is equal to what? Cos of 1 by x. Is it clear? So now limit x tends to 0, x is equal to what? Limit x tends to 0, x is equal to what? 0 only. Directly I can write 0. And one formula I told, one theorem I told, that limit x tends to c, fx is equal to 0, and gx is bounded in a deleted neighborhood of c, then limit x tends to c, fx gx is equal to 0. I am writing here limit x tends to c, f of x is equal to 0. If one function is 0 and gx is bounded in a deleted neighborhood of c, deleted neighborhood of c, then limit x tends to c, fx gx is equal to 0. This I told before. Limit x tends to c, fx is equal to 0. If one function is 0 and gx is bounded in a deleted neighborhood of c, then limit x tends to c, fx gx is equal to 0. Practically I will tell here. You can see here, limit x tends to 0, x is equal to 0, and zx, this you have to find mod value. So mod of cos 1 by x is always less than equal to 1, is always less than equal to 1. It can't be more than 1 for all x belongs to real numbers, but x is not equal to 0. Deleted neighborhood of 0, x is not equal to 0, but it is less than equal to, but only x is not equal to 0. So because value is between -1 to 1 for any angle cos t, any angle cos theta, it's between -1 to 1 for all t belongs to real numbers, for all cos t belongs to real numbers, for all t element of I. So sin between -1 to 1. So mod of cos x is always less than equal to 1 for all x belongs to R, x is not equal to 0. So I can write zx is bounded in a deleted neighborhood of 0. X can't be 0. Gx is bounded in a deleted neighborhood of 0, and limit x tends to 0, fx gx is equal to what? 0. Limit x tends to 0, x cos 1 by x is equal to limit x tends to 0, x cos 1 by x is equal to 0. Is it clear? Now question number 21, second part. Same, it is like this only. Question number 21st, second part. You can see function is limit x tends to 0, x square sin 1 by x, So you know, let fx is equal to what? X square, and gx is equal to what? Sin 1 by x. So you can say limit x tends to 0, f of x is equal to limit x tends to 0, x square, that is equal to what? 0, and mod of g of x, mod of gx, that is what? Mod of sin 1 by x, mod of sin 1 by x is always less than equal to 1 for all x belongs to R. You know, this value is always less than equal to 1 for all x belongs to R, but x is not equal to 0. In this condition it can't be equal to 0 because its value is between, sine value is between -1 to 1 for all t belongs to real numbers. So mod of sin x is less than equal to 1 for all x belongs to R, x is not equal to 0. So I can say gx is bounded in a deleted neighborhood, means this we can't take. So deleted neighborhood of C, so here C is what? 0. Deleted neighborhood of 0. So hence limit x tends to 0, fx gx is equal to what? 0. So you can say limit x tends to 0, x square sine 1 by x is equal to 0. This is the answer. Both answers are 0. Thank you.